And welcome back. We are actually sitting in one of Ternessa's rooms here, just to have a little bit of a different background. And as you can see, she is a Ninja Turtle fan, classic Ninja Turtles. She loves them. And we are doing this kind of by request and also kind of by our own assumption, if you will. We've had a lot of people ask us about, hey, what do you think about flippers? Can you do a video on flippers,
Yeah.
specifically Funko Pop flippers? And we were thinking about this anyway after the last convention. We went to the Chicago Toy Show held at the Kane County Fairgrounds.
Yeah.
And we did a video about that. I'll put a link to it down below if you haven't seen it. But we noticed some things there. There were definitely some flippers there. And this is nothing new. This goes on with every area of collecting. There are people who, that's all they do is they buy stuff with the intention of turning around and selling it. They look for high-end or expensive items, and they crank it out. They don't collect anything, so they don't care.
Yeah.
It's all for profit. And of course, I do sell, but I collect. And I'm more of a collector than a seller. And so we went to the toy fair and saw some pop dealers there.
Yeah, there were some dealers, and all they had were pops. And he says he's going to link the video below, and you'll see, because I panned a lot. I tried to get a lot of the different things that were there, and I talked to one. I actually bought some pops there, and I try not to buy aftermarket pops.
Yeah.
But this one guy, he had like all the new stuff, the stuff that just came out from New York Comic Con, exclusive from different stores. Just a lot of stuff. And he actually had a few things that I wanted, that I was looking for, that were like super expensive on eBay. It was a little cheaper there, not much.
Not much at
Not
all.
much.
Very little difference. It was almost right on market value.
Yeah, like right on. And the only reason why, I would do some stuff like that is because if I can find it, like, and put my hand on it, and the box is in good condition, because I'm an in the box collector. If you can see some of the pops back here,
We don't open anything.
I don't take mine out of the box. So if somebody has it and is at a decent price, I'll try and get it, instead of going on eBay or Amazon and buying it and then taking a chance of it coming in damaged. So I bought about, I think, 4 pops from this guy. And, I'm like, okay, can you cut me a deal? He took like $5 off.
Yeah, and he had to collaborate with both of his partners before he did it. I was watching this, and you can actually hear me commenting on the video of the convention. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! This is a deal. And he's like, well, I don't know, because we don't do that. Let me talk to my partner.
Yeah. So the deal was, I got free pop protectors.
Yeah.
For every pop I buy.
Thanks.
And it's like, I like pop protectors, but still, $5. You could have took off a little more.
That kills me, because seasoned sellers, you go to any of these shows, they haggle. They know how to haggle. They're fine haggling. You say, hey man, I'm looking at these 5 items. Can we do something with that?
Yeah.
And most of the people, the seasoned, like, veteran sellers, they'll work with you. Not these guys.
No,
nobody. The price is the price.
Yeah. And it was just awful, because I wasn't going there for pops. I actually went there for something else, and the guy was all sold out.
Yeah.
So, I was like, oh, okay. So I looked at some of the pops that were available. But these flippers, and it goes back to the pricing, and we talked about that before. And anything is valuable if you believe it's valuable.
Yeah. Anything
has a value that you're willing to pay for. So if you see a pop and you're willing to pay $100 for, I don't know, let's take an example, this Grumpy here. If you're willing to pay $100 for that, then it's worth $100.
Yeah.
But if you're not willing to pay that, and you just take a stand, no, I'm not paying $100 for that, then the flippers are going to have to lower their price. And that's why I try not to buy aftermarket pops.
Yeah, try not to feed the beast.
Yeah, because
basically,
you only proving their point. Hey, if I mark this price up, people are going to buy it. And you do have people like that pop up, not even out in the stores yet. It's just announced. And you'll go on eBay and it's already $100. And it's like, it's not even out yet. But they know somebody's going to buy it.
Somebody's going to buy it. And that's why you see such a wide fluctuation in prices on newer items that you can't find. Stuff that you're like, hey, where the hell is this? I think this happened just recently with the Martian Manhunter, the Walmart exclusive. And the price was climbing on eBay, climbing. Now Walmart's flooded with them and the prices dropped down. But why was it going up so high? Because people were willing to pay it. And these flippers know it.
Yeah. So that's why, as long as you buy from these flippers, you feed the beast, like David says, they're going to keep buying all of your pops, and you can't find it in stores, you can't find it online, but you go on eBay and all of these other websites, and it's 100 of them there. And it's like, how is there 100? Where'd you get them? Yeah. And how did the people at these conventions get it?
And every one of them had everything that you can't find.
Yeah.
Everything that you can't find, including multiples of each and multiples of even the NYCC Funko booth exclusive pieces that were like 500 each. The guy had like 3 sets of the, what was it, the pixelized foot soldier?
Yeah, the foot
He had
soldier.
3 sets of the damn things.
And they come in, like 5 colors?
Yeah.
He had like every color.
Yeah, multiples.
Yeah.
And so he was selling them in sets for $375 a set. And it's like, or something like that. And it's like, how'd you get so many of them?
Yeah.
But it's amazing that these guys manage to always have it. They got multiples of each. They won't deal with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's real frustrating. And it causes the value to go up on something that is not that valuable. Mm-hmm. But then if you wait a while, like a few months, there is a chance that the price will go down and you might find it in the stores. And then that's a gamble.
Yeah,
because
once the feeding frenzy's over.
Yeah, because it's been some pops that I've wanted and, I hesitated on. I was like, oh, I'll just wait. And then you never find it. But then it was some I hesitated on and then they're still in the stores a year later. So, it's a gamble. It's a toss-up. You just got to, see how you want to play it. If you're going to find it in the stores, if you got people out there in different states that can help you find it. Some states get stuff before other states.
Yeah, just try to network with other collectors.
Yeah, I think that's the best way. And a lot of the Funko community is network, and they'll look for stuff for you, and then you do a trade or just pay them for it.
And I'd rather trade. I trade a lot.
Yeah.
So I'd rather trade than deal with. And I don't mind working with a dealer,
Mm-hmm.
but like I said, there's a difference between a dealer and a straight up flipper, and you can feel it. It's like, this guy doesn't collect anything. He doesn't care about anything. These are just people that know that right now there is a feeding frenzy for Funko Pop stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to cash in on that while I can.
Yeah.
Is what it is. And Funko's not making it easy, because the reason why it's so prevalent with Funko Pops right now
Mm-hmm.
is because they're making so much stuff.
Yeah.
Because this, like I said, this flippers with everything. With Marvel Legends figures, with, whatever you collect, there's flippers for it. They'll find out what that one piece is that is short packed, and they'll find it every time at every store and sell it for a markup. But with the Funko Pops, it's just easier because there's so freaking many of them.
Yeah, and it's like, how do you know which one is going to be the short string? Is it written somewhere? Is it posted?
I wish someone would tell me.
Yeah.
Because I'm missing it.
How do you know that? I don't know. And then you have like the price pop guide. A lot of people go through that. And I've talked about that before, because I actually have an account on the price pop guide and I see how it works. And you can put any number in that thing and they average it out. And then if you click on it, it'll tell you, okay, the price that this went for through the last 90 days. And on some of them, there are big fluctuations of over $100 in like the last 90 days. So,
and that could be someone just trying to manipulate it.
And I think that whole system, that whole pop price guide system is one big fraud. Um, and it's a big manipulation. And again, the reason why I firmly believe that is because you can sit there and say that you bought this pop, like a Snow White or whatever. You can put any price on it. I could have said I bought it for $2. Who would know? I don't have to show a receipt or anything.
Yeah, there's no validation.
Right. Or you can say you paid $100, and all they're going to do is average it up and say, okay, the majority of people found the Snow White pop and paid $50 for it. When actually you spent $9.99 at Barnes and Noble or wherever you can find it.
And the other thing that was really interesting to us was our experience in Target last week. This was interesting because, she's already been on it about the Grady twins, about having difficulty finding the Grady twins. And I also talked in the previous video about the person who commented on Funko's Facebook page when they were talking about the new Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
The Faker from the Masters pop is going to Target, and she's like, you ain't gonna find it. You're not gonna find it because Target employees are onto you, and that's why you can't find stuff. That's why Zur-En-Arrh disappeared and no one could find it. Now it's $150. And so she was at the Target again and asked, hey, because you go there and they pretend like they don't know what you're talking about, and they might be clueless. It could be that they're totally bonehead clueless.
They're not.
And this one guy, she says, oh, well, I'm trying to find the Grady twins. I keep coming back. He knew exactly what she was looking for. He knew what it was. He got on the radio. He says, yeah, let me call somebody. He says, I don't remember what the person's name was. Hey, Rick, are you out there or whatever? And talking about what the chase is going for on eBay and all this other stuff. He knew the values. And then he was like, yeah, I got somebody who's looking for the Grady twins. I don't know if we have any of the Grady twins. Can you switch to 2? And then he turns the dial and walks away from me, right? And I was listening to him. I walked behind him, and he says, yeah, well, I don't know. Look behind the spot, behind the TVs in the electronics section. You know where? There's nothing there, right? Yeah, and it's like, so what? You guys got a hiding spot in electronics where you stick that stuff? Because you sure knew a hell of a lot about the Grady twins.
Yeah. And
Funko Pops and the current eBay values. Thought that was a little conspicuous.
Yeah, that was a little suspect. But that's how it goes. And again, it goes back to the supply and demand. They know that people are willing to pay it, and everything, the value on things is what you are willing to pay.
What you're willing to pay.
And I got my cap on Funkos. I won't spend a certain amount, even if I really want it.
Yeah.
If it costs over my set price, I'm not going to buy it. Period.
And I completely agree with that. And that's why I have not finished my Street Fighter set. I know I'm always going back to that, but I am not paying $150 for that gold Ryu. Yeah. It's just it makes no sense.
It doesn't. And then, if you do and you say, oh, I have no limit on pops. Like one of my holy grails is Masters of the Universe, the Skeletor. Okay, the one of the exclusives goes for like $550. I am not spending $550 on a pop. I mean, that's just not going to happen.
At least that one's actually limited. I think it's 480.
It doesn't matter.
I know.
I mean, if you say, "Oh, I'll spend whatever," and then you spend that $550, that person is going to sell it to you and take another one out of his closet and put it back. They put it back for sale. Oh, this person spent $550. Let's go up to $575. See if we can get it sold. And they just keep pulling it out because you have no cap. So I have a set price, and I'm just not going to go. And if I don't get it, I don't get it. But you just have to stop, because if not, it's never going to end. It's going to be never ending.
Yeah, and as much as Funko pumps stuff out now, ever since 2015, and by the way, because I keep going back to this, None of these flippers had anything at the show
hmm
produced before 2015.
Yeah.
Not one thing.
Yeah, I was very surprised with that because, after I didn't find what I originally
Sure.
went there for, I was like, okay, let me see if somebody got some pops. Maybe they have some older ones.
Yeah.
Everything was new.
Yeah.
The newest stuff that came out this year and right at the tail end of last year is, excuse me, is what was there. Nothing older.
Yeah, it was all 2017, like 85%.
Yeah.
And a handful from last year, and then maybe one or two pieces from 2015, convention stuff. And then that's it, nothing. And
Yeah.
it's like, well, that tells you something. That tells you something. It tells you something about Funko's production,
hmm
and it tells you something about the way the market is, and also where the real desirability is. And I'll throw you one here for free because this ties into a video I'm going to do later on. When you go to these shows and you want to know what's in demand, don't look at what's there. Look at what isn't.
Yeah, what's not there.
What's not there?
Because when I go to these shows, I don't go there looking for stuff that I can buy in the store right now. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I go looking for older stuff that is hard for me to find.
And that's more fun to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why would you go to a convention and buy a Snow White set? And the only reason why I keep saying Snow White is because it's right here.
It's right there.
But that just came out in November.
Yes.
Not in November, I'm sorry, in October. But why would you go to a toy show or convention to buy something that you can get in the store?
Yeah.
You go there to find that thing you've been looking for years, something you remember when you was a kid, not the new stuff. I mean, not me, maybe
true
other
nostalgia items.
Yeah, maybe other people do. I go there looking for the older stuff that's hard to find.
Yeah, like when we went to the last show, her goal was actually trying to track down original 80s Masters of the Universe figures carded, of which there was nothing.
Well, this one guy had two.
He did, and...
Well, no, it was another guy. He had three, but they were all open.
They were opened and, resealed.
Yeah, and he was trying to get,
a lot.
He was trying to get the price that you would pay if it was sealed. It's like, dude, these are open. Oh, yeah, but I still have the card.
Thanks. That's like an extra at that point.
Yeah, and just throw the card in for free.
Loose. That's like drop dead mint loose pricing.
Yeah.
Maybe a little extra. But, yeah, that tells you what? Vintage masters are in high demand.
Even vintage pops are in high demand.
Well,
I think because you
older
go
pops.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I use the word vintage.
I don't think it quite counts.
Yeah, please forgive me. The older ones are in a higher demand, I believe, because even when you go on eBay, sometimes you don't find them.
No, it's
kind of hard to find.
Tons of pops in there, but the older ones are more scarce.
Yeah.
Those are the ones sitting in people's collections. This is when Funko wasn't making that much.
Mm-hmm.
Now they got their claws in it, and they want to really pump it out because they want to make the money.
Yeah.
And that's how it goes. So, and the question, of course, ultimately was, are flippers ruining it for pop collectors? Really only as much as you're letting them.
Yeah.
Because if you're willing to buy into it and let these people make that money off of you, and on the other hand, it's because there's so much, it's easier for them to do it with Funko than any other toy or brand or whatever you collect. But it does make it very frustrating.
I don't know. I'm getting out of the game. I know I say that every
Yeah.
I say that every video, and then every time...
Watching out for the lightning.
Whatever. Every time I say that Funko releases, because they already released two others that I want.
Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, the Fraggle Rock. I'm considering the Emperor's New Groove. Only because I saw the movie, and it wasn't bad. And Looney Tunes. Those three.
Masters of the Universe.
Well, yeah, Masters of the Universe.
I admit I like the Fraggle Rock myself.
I like the Fraggle Rock because I did watch that a lot, and it
that
was
was
a good
towards the
cartoon.
tail end of Jim Henson's genius before
Mhm.
he died and they sold out his creations.
Yeah,
I know, a whole other story.
yeah.
Oh, shout out to I Heart Vinyl.
I Heart Vinyl.
I Heart Vinyl. You out there? He is doing a contest. He's doing a pop contest giveaway,
Yeah.
and I'll put a link to his channel down below.
Yeah,
so
he's giving away all chases, I think, or at
Well,
least
some
two.
chases.
Yeah, some
Yeah,
chases,
he's got some chases in
and
there.
some common pops. And we looked at the video and some stuff on his page, and he got some good stuff with pops and talking about all of that. So check his page out when you get a chance.
Yeah, we'll put a link to that down below.
Yeah.
Along with some other things.
Yeah.
And also, if you're in Rockford, Illinois this Sunday,
you
will find me at the comic convention there.
Comic book convention. Is that a bowling alley?
Yeah, it's a small one. It's a small one, but Flip and I are going to have a table there. So if you're in Rockford, Illinois, you might find us.
Yeah, but you're going to have more than just comic books.
No, comic books and action figures and pops and, whatever overflow I've got.
Okay.
So, anything else? Nothing else?
No.
You want to sip?
No.
My moose juice?
I don't know.
It's a
what
moose.
that is.
It's a moose.
Yeah, okay.
He's wearing a scarf.
Mm.
All right. So, please like, share, and subscribe. We always appreciate a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe if you have not already, and please do share. As I always say, the more of you there are, the more that we can do here. We got a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah.
And we hope to see you again soon. So, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.